Tesla Model 3 or the BYD Han? How much do you know which car will satisfy your traveling needs? Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be helping you decide which car you can expect to fulfill your needs the best and the very best. We'll be doing this by taking a look at the interiors, their space, their driving assistance, and also their maintenance cost. Without any further delay, let's get right into this stuff. It is only reasonable that Tesla, as the big brother of domestic new energy models, cannot accept multinational auto manufacturers' misbehavior on their sites. On July 12th, the much-anticipated BYD Han was finally introduced, with a price of 219,800 to 279,500 won. BYD Han's Gold model differs from the Model 3 in terms of design, power, and smart technology, despite the fact that it's not more expensive. For customers, which is better to buy? BYD Han or Tesla Model 3? Dragonface has been a family design icon since the premiere of BYD's Dynasty series. In terms of color and automobile body features, Han emanates a peaceful Chinese vibe. An air of understated refinement, and even a cool form are evident in this ensemble. Classic design cues such as the body shape that emphasizes a smooth, rounded proportion may be seen on the Tesla Model 3. The interior design of the BYD Han is unquestionably superior to that of any other design. In addition to the exterior of the new energy, the car is distinct from that of the fuel vehicle, and the interior of the vehicle should also provide customers a unique experience. The two cars' building approaches are strikingly different. The BYD Han's interior corresponds to a low-key and stylish design. It employs a considerable number of leather materials to cover the interior of the car. Trim materials are also very carefully selected. It's reported to exploit 80-year-old ash from the west of Frankfurt, Germany. The rotary cutting process has attained varied textures and modeling. The air-conditioned outlet, for example, is made up of 7 quadrilaterals and is inspired by Xi'an's Big Wild Goose Pagoda. The cover on both sides of the vehicle door adopts the antique architectural pin-type arrangement. While giving the impression of luxury, it still manages to not lose history. Compared with Han's elegance and luxury, the interior of the Tesla's Model 3 is simple and avant-garde. There's no typical dashboard and there's not many physical buttons in the car. The 16-inch big screen shows the vehicle's speed, condition, temperature settings, as well as the temperature settings for the driver too. Simplicity isn't just the same thing as simple. Model 3 adopts the fundamental strategy to disguise up its inadequacies of constrained resources. As long as you study just a bit, you'll understand that the Model 3 interior is covered with a lot of plastic, and the full automobile is worth noticing. Tesla's long-standing assembly process difficulties remain unsolved, and there's no materials available. Problems such as the width of the door panel gaps and the height of the window strips are frequent. Obviously, BYD is superior in terms of interiors, although the interior of the Tesla Model 3 may better link to the distinctive design of new energy vehicles. Considering the customers who pay $300,000 to purchase cars, they should have certain luxury settings. You should look forward to it, though. Even if the Model 3's design gives consumers a sense of newness, after the novelty of the vehicle wears off, they'll turn their back on the issues of craftsmanship and the materials that follow it. On the contrary, BYD Han does not trail behind Model 3 too much in its overall design, and its solid materials and outstanding craftsmanship obviously illustrate that new energy cars are more than just design. The Tesla Model 3 and BYD Han have noticeably distinct sizes as a result of their disparate locations. The Model 3 measures 4,694 by 1,850 by 1,443 millimeters and has a 2,875 millimeter wheelbase. BYD Han measures 4,980 by 1,910 by 1,495 millimeters and has a 2,920 millimeter wheelbase. Model 3 has a wheelbase of 2,875 millimeters. In appearance, BYD Han is a full circle bigger than the Model 3. Although the space cannot be directly compared, BYD Han tosses Model 3 away for a large distance in terms of seat comfort. The seat cushion is wide and comfortable, and the packaging looks robust. However, the Model 3 seat is fairly thin and the stuffing is too firm. so it can be used for a long time. The pressure on the body is higher. The atmosphere in the front row is preserved in the back row. The most obvious variation is in the way each person sits. The BYD Han's driving position is closer to that of a traditional gas-powered car. On the opposing side, the Model 3, the platform is overly high, leading the back seat to seem like a little bench without any support on its legs. A significant amount of customers who get new energy autos obtain ownership of their exceptional acceleration capabilities. Furthermore, buyers would automatically compare the performance models of the two vehicles. First, let's discuss the parameters. For example, the BYD Han has a 363 kilowatt, 680 Newton-meter peak torque, and 3.9 seconds per 100 kilometer acceleration time twin-motor arrangement. The Model 3's high-performance four-wheel drive variant has 340 kilowatt front and rear dual motors and 639 Newton-meter peak torque. It takes 3.4 seconds to accelerate from a standing start of 100 kilometers. The Model 3 just beats out the BYD Han in terms of acceleration, but with a price difference of over 100,000 won, the acceleration difference of 0.5 seconds simply isn't worth it. Accelerating rapidly is a display of muscle, but driving far is king. Under the absolute cruising range, a Tesla Model 3 long-range version has a cruising range of 668 kilometers. The BYD Han has a cruising range of 605 kilometers. As well as the two vehicles having a 63-kilometer endurance advantage, whereas the two combining expenses, and the two vehicles have a 63-kilometer endurance advantage, whereas combining the two expenses, Tesla requires 344,050 won, but BYD Han only needs 229,800 won. Compared to BYD Han, which charges 379 won per kilometer, Tesla charges an average of 515 won per kilometer per mile. It also illustrates the greater cost of performance of BYD Han, despite the fact that it cannot be compared in this manner. Tesla, as we all know, is much ahead of the game when it comes to autonomous driving technology. Autopilot, which is self-driving assistance system, has long been a popular selling point for automobiles and is well liked by customers. I gotta say that Autopilot is presently the most full driving aid system, out there. BYD Han is also equipped for the first automobile with D-Pilot autonomous driving assistance technology. An AI chip embedded into the system may learn and analyze a driver's behaviors and warn them through dashboard information in addition to providing the conventional L2 level driving assistance. Dynamic vehicle intervention, for example, is used to create a collection of customized, highly intelligent driving aid systems. However, despite the impressive-sounding PPT, it has not been put to the test in real-world driving situations. Even though the government claims to have tested the vehicles for tens of thousands of miles, this is an industry-specific test that cannot be generalized. BYD's D-Pilot system is a mule or a horse. After all, it takes a lot of car owners to know it. The brand image of Tesla alone gives them a huge advantage over the competition, regardless of the product itself. At that time, the whole model was sold for roughly 1 million won, and it was released later. Model X, the SUV version, cost way more than the Model S. The purchasing restriction was not eliminated until the release of the most recent Model 3. Because of the order in which Tesla has released its models, the notion of luxury vehicles has already been implanted in the minds of consumers, and they now associate Tesla with electric luxury automobiles. In other words, buyers are more aware that the low-end Model 3 lacks the battery life, the configuration, and the quality that distinguish it from the BYD Han, and yet they still go for Tesla. For one, the next stage is to polish the brand halo, and is going to be difficult, so some experience may be required.